Did you know you can now do gradient text in Canva? It has been a long time coming and there've been apps and stuff that tried to do it, but nothing was actually really inbuilt into Canva that gave you the flexibility of every font you had in Canva, any color you want to do, having totally editable text, all of the things. And in Canva's most recent slew of updates, they produced not only this update, but many more. I chat about them in the linked video here, but this gradient text is a really helpful one. We've already been using it in my designs and my clients' designs, and I'm very excited to share it with you today. And so hello, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Jackie and I am all about helping everyday business owners utilize strategic design and programs like Canva to create incredible graphics for their businesses that make sales rather than stressing them out. And if that sounds like something that would be useful to you, make sure you hit subscribe to not miss any of my incredible tutorials or branding podcasts that go live every single week. So let's look at our text because this is a really helpful one and it's something that professional design programs have been able to do since the dawn of time, but Canva has never offered it until now. So thankfully it's very, very straightforward. All you need to do is insert some text. So this can be inside any sort of design you want. I've got a whiteboard open today, but you can have a social post or a website or anything at all open in Canva. If I was to insert some text, maybe type in gradient text, and all I need to do to make this have a gradient color is to go to the color settings. So normally you just click on your text box and see this little panel at the top here and click on the color option. When you do that, it brings up the opportunity for us to change our colors. So I could change this to teal or pink or whatever color I wanted. Once I've clicked on the color, it's going to pop up here inside document colors. And if I click on this, you can see that when I hover over it, it has the little feature option. So I'm going to click on that. And when I do, I've got the option for solid color or I can toggle across to gradient. Now this feature has been available for a year or so in Canva, like shapes. You can make shapes, any kind of gradient or backgrounds, but now I've got it in text. So in the same way, I can toggle across to gradient and I can add a gradient to my text. You can see it's already done it. So this is the automatic thing that pops up and I have a ton of flexibility once I enter here. So these color circles I can click on to change to be whatever color I want to. So I'm going to leave that pink as is, but say I wanted to have a rainbow here. I could click on this purple and I can change it to whatever color I like. I can do that by swiping across on this bottom panel here and also moving around my circle at the top here. Pretty much where this circle is what color is going to be. So say for example, I might choose to do a bit of a orangey pink. So I might bring it across to the oranges, bring that up to be a little bit brighter in the similar kind of tone as my pink there. Then if I wanted to add a new color, all I need to do is press this plus button and I can choose to add in a next color. So I might click across to some yellow here. Then I might choose to click again and add in a green. And then maybe I would do a blue. And let's chuck in a purple for some good measure. All right, now I've just created a full beautiful gradient of my text. Now you'll see down the bottom here, I have the option to change the style. So right now it's going left to right. If I wanted to change that, I can make it go up and down. I could also make it go diagonal, radial, so in a circle, or kind of coming from the corner, which is also a really beautiful one. It's a bit more curved and soft than the sideways one. Now, if I change my mind and say I want to change this gradient, maybe I want to move the purple to the start, all I need to do is click on the purple, drag it down, so I'm clicking and holding and dragging it down, and I can pop it at the start. And so you can do moving it around. I might choose to delete maybe the green, maybe I might choose to delete the blue, maybe I might choose to delete the yellow, and I can just kind of change this and move it around however I want to. As a little hack for you too, say for example, I wanted the word text to be mostly orange. What I could do is press plus and I might add in a second orange or even a third orange or a fourth orange. And it kind of just, you can see the overall, most of this is now orange and then I've just got a small gradient at the start. So you can kind of duplicate the colors over and over again if you want to kind of create a more dominant feature color inside your gradient as a whole. So I'm going to close these and delete them by clicking on the cross. And another tip for you is if you want something really subtle, like maybe I just want a light to dark of this purple, I could click on this pink here. And I usually use this eyedropper tool. So I might grab this eyedropper and I just kind of drag it around to the color I want to select. So for me, I want to select the little purple here. And I want to have both of these as purple, but then I would grab this little circle inside my square and I would drag that down so it was a little bit darker. So now I've got like a two-tone of the one color inside my design. Rather than having to kind of guess where the purple was, I can use the eyedropper tool to do that. Now you can also see there's an option to add in your hex code. So if you have a brand hex code you want to use, you can add that there. Or you can see it's kind of annoying. Like I could also use the eyedropper tool on my brand colors. My brand colors right now are hidden behind this option. So if I wanted to use like this teal color, for example, I can hover over it and you can see that I can see the hex code for that, so I can then go into that color, copy and paste it and add it into my gradient. Or I might even choose to add that color. I could even just pop a circle in over here, change that to my teal color, and then I could go back into my gradient, click on the color again to toggle to change the gradient, and I might choose to press plus use the eyedropper and drag it over that kind of color. I know that's now my brand color. I might choose to delete these, and I've got a 3-tone gradient. And so that, my friends, is how you can add gradient text. I can do whatever I want with this now. Like, this is a fully editable text box like I would normally have. So if I wanted to add more text, I can do that. If I want to press return and have that over 2 lines, you can see how it kind of is just saving the coloring until like it kind of lines up here. You've got same purple in the middle, same color over here of purple, and same blue over here. You can continue to apply effects as normal. So if I click on the effects panel up here, I might choose to add an outline to that. Everything is still totally editable for me. It just is all now in a gradient, which is wonderful. So enjoy that little feature. Thank you for watching. And if you are wanting more Canva hacks and tutorials, I have a free masterclass for you. It's called Design Tools to 100K. And in there, I'm going to talk you through some really incredible Canva shortcuts that are going to save you hours. Also going to live design a graphic together so you can see how a designer works, so that you can steal my tips to make sure your designs are looking professional. Plus, I also share 3 design mistakes you're probably making in your designs that make them look amateur and how to fix them. So I hope you would join me for that. Just head to the link in the description or the one on the screen right now, and you can join me there for free. Watch that at any time and get those results now for your business. So make sure you head to the Design Tools Masterclass. And in the meantime, enjoy this gradient text hack. See you next time.